$10,000 in the next 10 days, this is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm gonna give you my plug and play system. You can exactly copy in 7 steps how you're gonna make your next $10,000 in wholesaling real estate. Wholesaling real estate is such a simple business that if you just plug and play this, you can get a check for $10,000. Now, the first step to any wholesaling real estate operation or business is just to go out here and find ugly houses. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. We need to go out here and find a list of ugly houses. Now, one of my favorite things you can be doing here is driving for dollars. And I think everyone knows this, but you basically go out in your car, you look for ugly houses, and you put it on your list, right? I have plenty of videos to teach on this, but also just pulling good data, right? So I like to go to xleads.com, and I love going out here and basically pulling like 2,000 leads of like a vacant property list. These are just lists that are just sitting there vacant. It's all skip traced on there too. This is just a list of people just sitting around having a house, nobody's living in it. If you reach out to these people, you're gonna find a good deal. One of my other favorite lists is a pre-foreclosure list. Now, a pre-foreclosure list is a free list you can get from the clerk of the court. This is a list of people who are currently not paying their mortgage, and it's an amazing list to start going after because they're not paying the mortgage and the bank's about to take over the property in the next 30 days. So they're gonna have to sell. It's not that they want to sell or if they should sell, but they literally have to sell the property or the property is just gonna go be auctioned off from the bank. So pre-foreclosures are an amazing list. And again, I'm gonna keep this real simple today, but probates, I mean, guys, probates is probably my favorite list of all time right now. I teach this all inside of freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course and community. But the reason why probates and pre-foreclosures are probably one of the hottest lists right now in wholesaling is because obviously they start with the P, push and P. But more importantly, with probates, somebody passed away and now there's a house sitting there and the heirs who are inheriting the property, they don't live in the house, they don't deal, they just want to get the money out of the house. Most people just want money, right? When the loved one passes away with the house. I'm just being straight up with you, right? So what you're going to do is right when they file the probate to get the property inherited to them, you're going to reach out to them, offer to buy the property while it's in probate, which is legal in most states, and they get their cash quicker. You lock up a deal for a great price, bring it to a buyer, and everybody's happy. Now, we have lots of modules on probates inside of freewholesaling.com, but the reason why probates work is there's massive motivation. Somebody died, no one's sitting in the house, someone's got to pay the taxes, someone's got to still pay the mortgage. There's a ton of motivation because if you just inherited the property and you have no money, how are you going to pay the property taxes? How are you going to pay the mortgage? You have to sell the property. This is why probates are amazing. You get that from the clerk of the court website. I'm going to write it right here. It's from your county clerk of the court and just ask for the records of probates. So can I get a list of all the probate records going on right now for the past 30 days? I have a whole list inside of freewholesaling.com. So I'm going to write it right here so we don't forget. But if you go to freewholesaling.com, I have a list of the probates and pre-foreclosures in pretty much every city and county. So there's a link inside of freewholesaling.com on the marketing section where I will actually give you all of the county clerk of the court data for free and give you step-by-step on how you can access it all over the country. Now, the next thing we got to talk about is once we get a list of all the data sets right here, I would probably say for government lists, you should probably try to get like 300 total if they're going to be probates, pre-foreclosures, or drawing for dollars, and then probably 2,000 for a list on like xLeads, which is like a paid wholesaling software. 300 total for the motivated lists plus 2,000 for a vacant property list. Then you're going to need to get their phone numbers right, so you're going to have to skip trace the properties. So this is really up to you. So again, you have 2 choices here. If you want to just get an all-in-one wholesaling software, again, I sound like I'm pushing this, but I'm not really. You just go to xleads.com. That's the software I use. You get 25,000 skips included for free with an xLeads subscription. Then my other favorite website here is a website called truepeoplesearch.com. Now, you might be like, well, Zach, I'm just going to True People Search because it's completely free. That's great. The only issue is it's probably going to take you about 40 hours of manual work to copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste to skip trace this many leads. With xLeads, it's pretty much done like instantly. So again, I would probably say to save your time, I would use xLeads because it's skip tracing included for 97 bucks a month. But really, it's up to you which one you want to be doing. So obviously, skip tracing is how we get someone's phone number. So let's say we get a list of 2,300 records. You're going to get their phone numbers right here. And then we're going to put on a little spreadsheet here with all their data, right? Their name, address, phone number right here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go step 3, and we are going to do our triple tap system. This is my patented system that is one of the best ways to find wholesaling real estate deals. And I'll be honest with you, it works really dang well. So what we're going to do here is we are going to do my triple tap system. My triple tap system is hitting the lead 3 times. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to hit the lead with a call, And then everybody that doesn't answer the call, you're going to text them. And everybody that doesn't answer the text, you're going to leave a sticky note on the door. Now, I want to make an exception here, only for these 300, right? So of the 300, you're going to call all 300 leads. You're going to text them that don't answer the call. And then of the 300, and remember, there should be like 100 drawing for dollars leads, should be 100 pure foreclosures and 100 probates, right, for the week. These three, okay, that's what the 300's for, right? These 300, so 1, 2, and 3, not X leads, but 1, 2, and 3, right? These 300, you're going to leave a sticky note. You don't need to do that for the vacant property list because no one's living in the house. There's no point in the sticky notes. So the vacant properties get a call and a text, but for the 300, you're going to call them. If they don't answer the call, you're going to text them. And if they don't answer that text, you're going to hit them with a sticky note. This is what I call my triple tap system. You're hitting the lead 3 times. Now, the reason why this works so dang well is most sellers, right? They might not want to answer a call. And you might not know this, but over 80% of sellers never answer their call. They never answer the dang phone. So this means if you had a list of, let's look at 300. So if you called, let's say 300 people, right? Over 240 are going to be no answer, which sounds crazy. And that's the problem with the wholesaling real estate industry. You'll call the 300 leads and 60 will pick up and that's all you care about. But the 240, most wholesalers just neglect that number. It's not real. This is how you're losing out on so many dang deals. And so what I'm telling you to do right now is text them. And if you text them, you probably get about a 20% response rate, which means you're gonna get in front of 48 people to talk to. Now, this is 48 people that most cold callers could never even touch, never even talk to. So this is where you as a wholesaler have a massive advantage. You're talking to pretty much 48 exclusive leads that nobody else is talking to. This is why you are gonna have a massive advantage here in wholesaling real estate because you are going out here and getting in front of sellers nobody else is talking to. This is your massive advantage. And that leaves like 192, you put sticky notes out. Now, the way I put sticky notes out is you just have a little sticky note right here and you write on them, hey, this is Zach, I had a quick question about your property. Please give me a call back. And you slap them on there, use AI to route it for you. It's an amazing way to go out here and start on the marketing blitz. And then step 4, this is pretty simple, but you're going to lock up the contract. Now, my simple script, and I make this really simple, is kind of more of a 2-pronged approach. Number 1, we're gonna condition the seller. And number 2, we're gonna hit them with a reverse price anchor. So let's talk about it. So before you give an offer to a motivated seller, the number 1 rule that I always have is you have to condition the seller. The worst thing they can say is maybe, because if you hit them with the, here's my offer, and they say, maybe, I'll think about it, you're never getting the deal, right? You're gonna be in follow-up purgatory and you're never gonna get any properties locked up because you can't close because they're just gonna, maybe I'll think about it. And you're like, okay, let me know when you accept my offer. Like, that's so dumb. Why do you wanna be friend zoned like that? Imagine you get on one knee and say, babe, will you marry me? And she says, I'll think about it. Like, that is what is happening to you guys in wholesaling. Refuse to be friend zoned in the wholesaling space, okay? Now, what I'm gonna tell you to do is super unconventional, but I don't know why I'm the only one in wholesaling to talk about this, but you just ask for an upfront agreement with the seller. So the way it works is, hey, Mr. Seller, before I give you an offer, before you actually go forward with this process, I just wanna make sure, are you ready to make a yes or no decision on selling the property today? That 95% of the time they're gonna say, yeah, I'm ready to make a decision. Now, right when you give them the offer and they go with I gotta think about it. Hey, Mr. Seller, I'm a man of my word. I'm pretty sure you're a man of your word. You said you're ready to make a decision. What's going on? I did say that, didn't I? Yeah, let's just sign it, right? It's that procrastination because most motivated sellers, I don't know if you know this, they're big procrastinators. It's like in their DNA to procrastinate, right? That's why they have all this deferred maintenance. And so you conditioning the seller is going to be by far the best way to get these deals locked up. Now, the offer method that I like using is called the reverse price anchor. So you can either do a price anchor or a reverse price anchor. It's really up to you what you're most comfortable with. Now, the reason why I always push the reverse price anchor is because I just think it's a better method. So what a price anchor is basically saying, hey, Mr. Seller, in the ideal world, I want to buy this property for around $100,000. Now, they're either going to be like, whoa, that kind of works, and you negotiate from there, or they just say, oh my gosh, that's way too low. I would never take it. Get out of here, right? And that's basically what they like to do, right? They say, well, I said that's in the, in the best case scenario. That's in my ideal world. And the seller might like say, okay, I get it. Of course you want to get the best price. Or there's absolute like, get out of my house. You're crazy. I know this game, right? So what I devised is something called the reverse price anchor. Now, what the reverse price anchor is basically you say, hey, Mr. Seller, I was talking to my partner, Rick, right? So you're basically putting that price anchor on somebody else, but you're still the authority and decision maker, right? So it's, hey, Mr. Seller, I was talking to my partner, Rick, my dad, dad, right? Whoever your partner is, you can use me as your partner, I don't really care. We're talking about the property, and he said he was looking to buy the property for around $100,000. Shut up if you see the reaction, right? The whole point of this is if they say, "What? That's way too low, I could never do that." That's fine. Rick's crazy. He always wants to buy the property for the lowest amount possible, but that's why I'm here. That's why Rick's not here. I'm the decision maker. So obviously Rick wants to buy for that price. I mean, what price do you want? Oh, I mean, you gotta make Rick happy, make you happy. I mean, can we do something in the middle, right? Then you negotiate right there. So that's exactly how I'd lock up a contract. Remember, our contracts are available for free at freewholesaling.com. And then from there, right when you lock up a contract, you're gonna go out here and find a buyer, a cash buyer to buy the deal. Cash buyers are pretty easy. So there's really like 4 ways most people can find a cash buyer pretty quick. Number 1, if you have connections and you go to Facebook groups, you can find cash buyers doing that. I like going to Zillow for Rents and calling the landlords up and finding buyers that way. That's one of my best free ways. Number 3, you can JV or do some networking. Or number 4, and probably what I prefer, is if you had X leads already, right? You just go out here and call cash sales. So you basically just go to xleads.com and go to recently sold cash sales. It has a list of everyone buying properties for cash. It's all skip trace there. You just call them up, see if they're looking to buy any more properties. Then from there, you're gonna offer for them to walk through the property. So you're gonna walk through and sign the assignment of contract. So walk through. Again, assignment of contract is gonna be right here at freewholesaling.com. Say, hey, cash buyer, I showed you the pictures of the property. If the pictures are the same as when you see it, are you ready to commit to buying this property for $150,000? I can only do one walkthrough. So I tell the cash buyers, either they say yes or no. Walk through Mr. Moneybags cash buyer. He says that's good. I always make sure we get a $3,000 to $5,000 non-refundable EMD, earnest money deposit. So $5K non-refundable EMD. Then from there, once the assignment is signed, we close at the title company, collect our $10,000 check. We walk off to the sunset and buy our Lamborghini and penthouse in Miami and start selling wholesaling courses. That's the goal. That's the dream. But yeah, guys, this is exactly step-by-step how you're gonna make your next $10,000 wholesaling real estate. So again, find ugly houses, drawing for dollars, go to X Leads, pull some vacant properties, pull some pre-foreclosures and probates straight from the clerk of the court right here. Freewholesaling.com will give you the whole link how to do it right there. Then you're gonna skip trace those records. So you can use xleads.com for your free unlimited skip tracing or go to truepeoplesearch.com for it. Then from there, you're gonna hit the leads with the triple tap system. So those 300 on the drawing for dollars, the pre-foreclosures, the probates, we're gonna have them a call. Whoever doesn't answer the call, we're gonna give them a text. Then if they don't answer the text or the call, we drop a sticky note on the property. And then we just call and text those other 2,000 right here. Then we go and find all the leads that wanna sell. We go and lock up the property with our contract. Then we're gonna go find a cash buyer from Facebook group, Zillow for Rents. We're gonna JV or cold call cash sales at xleads.com. Then we're gonna go out here and write a contract, $5,000 non-refundable EMD. Then we close, collect our check, make money wholesaling. So guys, if you're excited to start making some money wholesaling real estate, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach signing out. Have a blessed one.